Hi everybody. The first thing I want to say is thanks for looking at my listing, and I would like to express that I completely sympathize and empathize with the perfectly understandable apprehension that some of you might have in purchasing a vehicle from what is ostensibly a complete stranger, perhaps even across the country, through eBay. And this is why I have made a very comprehensive video on the vehicle, which tells a far more complete story than any set of pictures ever could. I go through the vehicle from top to bottom, and that includes a real-world driving demonstration, as well as a laser thermometer pointed at the air conditioning vent to show how cold the air conditioning is. Now, as far as my being a complete stranger, that is true, but I am a licensed and bonded vehicle dealer, and I do have and have enjoyed an A+ rating for over 20 years. I sell good cars. It's as simple as that. Now, I don't sell a lot of cars on eBay, as you can see from my status. I've only done this a few times in the past, although I am considering doing this more often in the future. I've only reserved it for very special vehicles. Well, this one certainly qualifies. It is a 2004, but it only has 61,000 original miles on it. It literally does not have a single mechanical issue with it to speak of. It is a clean title. It has a 0 accident history and only 2 owners, according to AutoCheck. And it's just a real gem all the way around. For those of you who are outside of Nevada, I do have a clean and clear title in hand, which you will be presented with at the time of sale, as well as other documentation. And of course, if you are in Nevada, I will be giving you a 30-day placard, and you will be legal to drive from that point forward. And for anyone out of Nevada, I will be issuing a 15-day moving permit, also enabling you to legally drive the vehicle either away from my premises, or if you have it shipped the moment it gets off the truck. So without further ado, here is the video on my beautiful PT Cruiser. Yeah, just before this video starts, I want to let you know that there's going to be parts of it where you see the odometer here, which is accurate, by the way. Those are true miles. You're going to see that it appears to flicker. That is purely an optical illusion caused by the camera and the ambient lighting. It does not do that in person. I want to stress that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the display. In fact, there's nothing wrong with this car at all, down to the tiniest detail. Hi everybody, I wanted to show you my PT Cruiser that has barely over 60,000 original miles on it. It is a 2-owner, 0 accident vehicle, as verified by AutoCheck, which is run by Experian, the credit bureau people, often considered to be more accurate than Carfax, as well as no mileage discrepancies or any other red flags on the vehicle report. So this car is a real gem. You're not going to find vehicles that have absolutely 0 mechanical issues with 60,000 miles on them anywhere in this price range, especially in today's market. Things are definitely more expensive, especially used cars. And I won't even get into all the political reasons and the tariffs for why that's happening, but it is happening. Cars are just more expensive. Okay, so let's go ahead and start her up. Before we do that, just want to show you the vehicle is very, very clean. The seats are in excellent shape, including the driver's seat, which of course is always the one that gets the most wear and tear. There's no cracks or lifts in the dashboard of any kind. All the instrumentation works, the stereo works, power windows all work, door panels are all in good shape, and I'm going to go ahead and go through that momentarily. Now, I want you to see that I am putting the key in and starting the car without putting my foot on the gas. And it just starts like that every time. And there you go, 61,422 miles as of the making of this video. Okay, as you can hear, the radio's on. It sounds really, really good, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. All right, I got the air conditioning on. You will see later in the video, I actually put a digital thermometer up and show you how cold it is, but it is very cold. So anyway, let's get to the windows. All 4 windows are right here, very conveniently located. So there's down, there's up, there's down, there's up, and you'll notice not only are they operating, but they're operating smoothly. There's no stopping points, there's no shuddering, there's no hesitation whatsoever. So all 4 windows work just fine. Now I want to go ahead and show you that the visors are in impeccable shape. A lot of people don't realize the quality of life associated with visors. When you have visors that fall down into your face while you're driving, or are frayed and the fabric's falling down, it looks terrible, and it is terrible. But these are in perfect shape. The headlining fabric looks like the day it came out of the factory. Everything on this car is absolutely solid. Now let's take a look under the hood. I mean, this is almost a motor you could eat off. It's very, very clean. There's a brand new air filter in here. The spark plugs are also new, and this fitting here along with this J hose, that's all brand new. And there's a couple other little things that are new, but let me show you the quality of the oil. The oil is clear and translucent, but more importantly, notice there are absolutely no bubbles in the oil. You always want to look at the end of the dipstick, make sure there's no bubbles in the oil, because that means that there's water in the oil, which means head gasket issues, which is a common problem for vehicles out here in our unbelievable heat in Vegas. And the transmission fluid is also nice and clear with a light pink hue to it. That's exactly what you want to see. The brakes are good. Everything in this engine bay is nice and clean. And one of the things that I like that they did is there's an old school prop rod in there, as opposed to one of those little air charged hydraulic supports. Those things always go bad and the hoods fall down. This one has a nice prop rod that locks right into that slot, and you'll never have that problem. Okay, I've put the headlights on as well as the flashers, so you can see everything's working. And yes, the brights work too, and they are separate beams. It's not one light. So temporarily, if one of your headlights goes out, you can put the brights on. They operate separately. Same thing with the back end. Both signals are working, as well as the running lights. And the other thing I wanted to show you, and there is a picture, but the tread life on these tires is very, very good as well. Anyway, so if you want a super solid car at a great price that gets good mileage, has a lot of utility to it, this is it. Oh, and before I go, the other thing I wanted to show you is that the cargo area is in good shape, and this shelf here is removable. It just comes right out like that. Okay, and the 2 rear seats, you see those little handles on the bottom? You can completely remove the 2 seats from the vehicle. And when you do that and remove the shelf, you have a huge cargo area. Not dissimilar from a very large SUV cargo area. So this vehicle is very versatile in that sense. If you ever need to carry something heavy, no problem at all. All right, this is the portion where I'm taking my PT Cruiser on the freeway, and I'm going to show you that it accelerates really nicely. These are actually rather zippy cars, much more so than people think. If I didn't have this guy in front of me, I'd actually be accelerating even better. But let's get the car up to freeway speed. Okay, so here we are at 60. Car is very, very smooth. And there we are at just about 70. And notice the RPMs are only at 2,500. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, 2,500 at about 70. So it gets good mileage in top gear is the point of that. It's almost 30 miles an hour for every 1,000 RPM. And yeah, it drives really, really nice, really, really smooth. And you're just gonna love it. I would also like you to take notice of the fact that the temperature is right square in the middle. It's a very hot day. Today is July 28th or 9th, and it's like 106, 107 degrees. And I got the air conditioner on full blast, and the temperature gauge is staying right on the middle. And we're doing almost 75 at this point. It's just a great running car that has absolutely no issues whatsoever. Now, here we're doing 90. I mean, we are moving, and the car is just as smooth as when you're driving 25 or 30, maybe even more so. It's just a really amazing running vehicle, and this has more left in it. These cars are actually kind of fast, considering that they're, four-cylinder, very economical vehicles. Now, another thing I'm going to show you, just to give you an idea of the comprehensiveness of the video, is I'm going to show you with a laser thermometer how well the air conditioning is working. So, there it is, actually in the 20s in the core. Now, to show you that the thermometer's not off, watch what happens when I point it at the dash. 114 degrees. So, it shows you that the AC on this thing is super cold. You know, it's one thing for someone to tell you over the phone that the air conditioning works well, and then you get there, and, it's not so good, or it's not working at all, or it's just a little bit cool, but definitely not cold. You're not going to have that problem with this vehicle. And as everybody knows, in Vegas, when it comes to cars, the engine's number one, the transmission's number two, and the air conditioning is definitely number three in order of importance. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to show you was both the AutoCheck report, which, as mentioned earlier, shows this is a 2-owner, 0-accident vehicle. And look at the score. It scores 65 out of 66 points. So that's about as good of a report as you're ever going to see on any vehicle. And, of course, there's the smog certificate. I did the smog on this thing on Monday, the 28th of July. So there's absolutely no check engine lights, no issues with the smog monitors, nothing. Everything on this car is basically perfect. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you.